Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to whoever is watching this video, and from wherever world you are or whatever time you are watching this video. I am Attahx, and on this video I bring you the session liquidity, continuation of the last video I dropped on my channel last time. So if you're just coming across my channel for the first time, subscribe and make sure my notifications are turned on so you get notified whenever I post another video. So on this video I'm going to explain to you about the session liquidity, because on the last video we talked about the internal and the external structure, where we dealt with the highs and lows, the session. Okay, I did explain the session liquidity because I said it was gonna be a new topic for us, and I also explained the internal structure and the external structure using the highs and low, using our swing points, and then and so on, right? So on this particular video I bring you session liquidity as a very new topic. I just hope this session liquidity is not a new topic to you, because probably it might be something you know, but you don't know how to use it, and you probably don't know how to attach or apply it to your trading, maybe to your trading strategy, or however you trade. So now, if you are a structure and liquidity trader, hear me out. This session liquidity is very, very, very important to you, in the sense that I want you to calm down and listen to me properly. Now, how do we use the session liquidity? So I am going to use the concept. I'm going to use the concept of PO3 to explain this session liquidity for you, and how to apply them to your structure, and how to also use them to get good trading entries according to how I taught you guys on my previous video. All right, so I'm very sure that a lot of you here have probably heard about this PO3, but some of you do not know how to use it. Where this range or this consolidation, this appears as a range or a consolidation, and then we have this as our manipulation, and then this as our distribution. I'm very sure many of you have heard this, but trust me, you will definitely see a very new thing in this video that you've not heard about, and you've not even come across. And even if you've come across, make sure you still stay to the end of this video, because there you definitely learn something new, trust me. All right, so most mentors do not teach this, and I don't think I've seen this video or any type of video like this before on YouTube. So yeah, there are so many videos on PO3, but yeah, they just tell you how it works, but they do not tell you how to use them. Yes, so make sure you stay in this video to the end. All right, we have this as our expansion, which you can also call your distribution, and then we have this as our manipulation. Now, as a structure trader or an algo trader, someone that uses the algorithm to trade, now this session liquidity is a very, very important topic. Like, it is very, very important whenever you are looking for trading entries, right? I think the session liquidity also have to do with time and price. Let me put it time and price so that some of you guys don't get confused. Time and price. All right, so if you don't know what the session liquidity is, you can use the time and price concept to just understand it better, because it's probably the same. But I'm using the session liquidity because the time and price also act as a liquidity to the markets. That's just it. So now we have this as our consolidation. I don't know, I should label it. All right, let me just label it consolidation. For those of us that do not know what a consolidation is, and then I'll make it small. And then we have a manipulation. And then we have a distribution or an expansion. However you want to call it, they are still the same thing. All right. So now, in our algo market structure, you were taught that market moves this way, right? Okay, let me not use this. I think this was the example I used, so you don't get confused, guys. Yeah, this is what I used, right? So in the algo market structure, you were taught to use this, right? Where we have this as our A, we have this as our A, and then we have this as our B, and then this as the C, and then this becomes our A again. Let me label this thing very well. Okay, this becomes our A again, then this becomes our B, you know, same thing over and over again. Yeah, and then this becomes our C. All right, and then you were taught that the B leg are always being taken out. You were taught that the B leg are always being taken out, right? So now this was what you learned using the algo market structure. All right. Now, how do you use this algo market structure in conjunction? How do you use this algo market structure in conjunction with time and price? Structure in conjunction with price. All right, so this is a very good topic, and I'm happy I'm finally doing a video about this time and price, and I'm going to explain how to use it in your algo market structure. Now, we all know the time that the PO3 forms, where we have we usually have this as our Asian session. That's during the Tokyo session. Yeah, we usually have we have this as our Asia session. Yeah, because most of all the time, we have our consolidation usually happens during the Asian session. That's around the Tokyo time. So if wherever country you are currently watching this video, I think you should use the indicator on sessions to always identify your sessions, right? And then we always identify this consolidation to form during our Asian session, right? I'm sure a lot of you know what an Asian session is. It is a session of low volatility. It is the session of low volatility, and you guys know what low volatility means, right? when price like do not have any specific movement, right? And whenever something like that happens, price tends to range, just like this our consolidation. Price tends to range whenever we have low volatility, then we either do not have momentum or an expansion on price, so price tends to range for a particular period of time, so it is called a consolidation. Now, the manipulation usually happens during the London kill zones, or particularly the London session I would use. Yeah, the London kill zone, and then we have the distribution happens during the London and the New York session. All right, I think this is okay like this. Okay, so if you don't know what's or how to identify this, if you don't know how to identify these sessions, then you can go to your indicator on your charts, and then you search for sessions by Lux Algo, right? And then once the indicator is on your charts, it will automatically identify these sessions for you. All right, so do not panic if you don't know how to identify sessions yourself, right? Just go to your indicator and then you add the indicator sessions by Los Algo, and it will identify these sessions for you, and then you can use it however you want to use them. All right, so now the real question is, how do I use this session liquidity? And I told you the session liquidity is under internal. Why is it under internal? And how does the algorithm works with it? All right, I'll come with you till here. Now, let's use the algo market structure as an example. The algo market structure will tell us that the session liquidity deals with the internal structures, and hereby the internal structures, whenever a liquidity is taken, and you can see these are your liquidity. I just want to identify this. I want to identify this for you so you get note of it, right? Without using the sessions, we all know that if we have a price action like this, right, we all know that price took liquidities below, right? Price wiped the whole lows, the whole lows that do not have directions in this price action. Yeah, and then price came back to take out this high, which is also your liquidity, right? Because I also explained that consolidation is a liquidity concept, right? Now we have price sweeps the low before sweeping the high, which is a very good price action that we see most of the times in the market. Now I will just use the dollar sign. Okay, I'll just use the liquidity sign. I use X for mine, and then for this I'm going to use X. Now we all see that market took out these liquidities, right? And how do these liquidities form in the algo market structure? Now the algo market structure will tell you that we have the A, and then we have the B leg formed, and then the C leg, right? Now, the algo market structure will come back and tell you that price comes to your B, then ranges, right? Ranges, and then manipulates this low, right? Leading to the manipulation of your B points before breaking structure. This is how the algo market structure works in conjunction with time and price. And then this is your break of structure. This is your break of structure. Now, guys, I want to show you something. Now, if you watch, you see that whatever happens here inside this structure, that's inside this whole structure, this is the internal structures that were formed, and these highs and low outside there were the external structure, right? Now, whatever happened in the internal structure was internally, and those are your internal structure. And you can see how the session liquidities were used as the internal structure. You can see this is our internal structure, because this is the low formed inside the whole structure, and then this is our internal structure. So you can see that liquidities was both taking both the highs and the low in the internal structure. This is our external structure. All right, so you can see how liquidity was both taking both the lows, the lower lows, and the highs without no directions, right? Now, the algo market structure, the same algo market structure, we still tell you that price comes back, right, and then breaks and does the same thing over and over again, and over again, right? And then manipulates this low and then break structure. So this is how the algo market structure works in conjunction with time and price. We all know that this is our B, this is our C, this is our A, this is our A, this is our B, and this is our C. You can see how the time and price, which is the PO3, right? The power of 3, the consolidation, manipulation, and distribution. You can see how it was used in conjunction with this whole market structure forming. Now, I will tell you for free that the algo market structure will not. So this is just a textbook example. So for those of you that might think that the market moves this way, no, you're not correct. That's a very bad thought of you, right? The market will not always print this price action for you on the chart. Now, as a conservative trader or as a trader, all you have to do is to identify these structures in conjunction with the PO3 and the session liquidity, and then add it to your confluence. So you don't expect every day the market to be printing the session liquidity, that's the PO3, in conjunction with this algo market structure. You don't expect that every day, trust me. But you expect to identify one of them if you ever get it formed. You get? So I'm not showing you this because I'm telling you that every day in the market it forms. No. All right? I'm showing you this because I know that this is how the algorithm works in conjunction with the power of 3, which is the consolidation, manipulation, and distribution. Now, you can see that we identify this as our external structure. We identify this as our external structure. And this, which is the session liquidities, the lows and the high inside the whole structure, becomes our internal structure, right? The same thing over and over again. This becomes our internal structure. This becomes our next external structure. Our next swing lower low. Sorry, our next swing higher low, right? This is our external structure. This is our external structure, right? So whatever forms inside this external structure becomes our internal structure. You get? And that is why I said the session liquidity falls under the internal structure, because they are used as the manipulations of structure happens inside and not outside. Do you understand? All right. So now, I think I just explained the session's liquidity for you, right? So the algo market structure will still come back, because this is an expansion. Whenever an expansion happens, always expect a rebalance of that expansion. Whenever an expansion happens, always expect a rebalance of that expansion. And then you expect a retracement, right? And then the same thing over and over again, right? Manipulate your low and then break structure. Now, where this becomes your Asian session, which is your consolidation, and then this becomes your manipulation, this becomes your distribution, right? And the same thing over and over again. There's nothing much hard in it, right? You just need to understand the concepts of how these things works, and then you're good. So whenever you spot any of these, right, make sure you take full advantage on the chart. Make sure you take full advantage on the charts. All right, so this is practically how the algo market structure works with the PO3, which is your consolidation, manipulation, and distribution. And then this is an uptrend. This is an uptrend. Now let's move over to the downtrend. I'm very sure that some of you watching this video currently already know that it's the same thing. But for those of us that are slow in learning, I'm going to do the downtrend example for you. All right, we use the algo market structure as an example, right? And we want to trade the algo market structure in conjunction with the PO3, or the time, that's using the time and price, using the time and price as an example. All right, so now the algo market structure will tell you that your B leg is taken. This is your B leg, this is your A leg, right? I do not have to start explaining all these things all over again, right? Okay, so sorry about that. Let me draw it again. Right, we have the A leg and then the B leg formed, right? Now you have your consolidation, and then you expect price to manipulate the low inside the external structure, right? And then manipulate the highs to break out the external structure, where this becomes your Asian liquidity, which you can call your consolidation. This becomes your manipulation, and then this becomes your distribution. All right, and then the same thing happens all over and all over again. After an expansion, we have a rebalance of price, right? And then we have the same thing over and over again. We expect the session liquidity, right, the Asian liquidity, to take the lows of your internal structure, right? And then we have here as the consolidation, the accumulation. We have here as our manipulation, and here as our distribution. So the same thing over and over again. All right, thank you for staying to the end of this video. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go back and click on the subscribe button, and make sure you expect my next video on how to start getting good entries using the whole concept of the structure, the algorithm, the algo market structure, and the liquidity. So see you on my next video.